Edgar Allan Poe, the king of the mystics. Poe's upbringing. Orphaned at an early age, Poe was taken in by a prosperous merchant and his wife. He is very well educated, yet taunted because he was considered low class, a gambler, and an alcoholic already in his first year of college. His father pulled him out of school although he had excellent grades. Poe then moved to Boston. After his first self-published book of poems failed, he enlisted in the military. Poe's adult life. He was enrolled in West Point but was discharged for gambling and drinking. Then he published another book of poetry in New York, but that also flopped. At 26, he married his first cousin who was 13 years old. Poe's fame. Outside of being a great writer, he was the first American writer to attempt to make a living out of writing, at which he barely succeeded, spending most of his life in poverty. But he did manage to find posts working for newspapers and editing literary journals. Poe's importance. As far as the content of his work goes, he is credited with inventing detective stories by none other than the creator of Sherlock Holmes himself, Arthur Conan Doyle. Poe was also mapping the darker side of the mind before the field of psychology had properly developed. Poe's end. After 12 years of marriage, Poe's wife died and never had any children. Poe jumped from job to job but was often fired for drunkenness. 2 years after his wife's death, Poe died from unknown causes. Most think alcohol was his ultimate demise, others suggest rabies or tuberculosis. The classic poems and spine-tingling stories of a Gothic American master collected in one volume. Of all the American masters, Edgar Allan Poe staked out perhaps the most unique and vivid reputation as a master of the macabre. Even today, in the age of horror movies and high-tech haunted houses, Poe is the first choice of entertainment for many who want a spine-chilling thrill. 7 popular Poe stories, slightly adapted for language learners. Stories are suitable for high, intermediate, and advanced learners of English. This book includes such stories as The Mask of the Red Death, The Story of William Wilson, The Fall of the House of Usher, The Black Cat, The Murders in the Yew Morgue, The Telltale Heart, and The Cask of Amontillado. This book includes the mysterious stories of Edgar Allan Poe, in which mysterious events are rationally explained. By reading and listening to texts in English, you will improve your reading and listening skills in a foreign language. To improve your knowledge of English and make it easier to understand the text, we offer exercises and a dictionary. This book will be interesting and useful to students, applicants, teachers, as well as anyone who is learning English on their own. Edgar Allan Poe is a classic of American literature, poet, novelist, and a critic. This collection includes one of the best works of the writer's story, The Golden Bug, the first masterpiece of detective literature. The book contains a dictionary, comments, interesting exercises, and can be used in reading classes in high school. The death of Edgar Allan Poe on October 7, 1849 has remained mysterious. The circumstances leading up to it are uncertain and the cause of death is disputed. On October 3rd, the American author was found delirious in Baltimore, Maryland, in great distress and in need of immediate assistance. He was taken to the Washington College Hospital where he died at 5 a.m. on Sunday, October 7th. He was 40 years old. Poe was never able to explain how he came to be in this condition. If you are interested in works of Edgar Allan Poe, you can find more and check it out in our library. Thanks for listening.